So let's go over some basic costs for flex space so you guys get an idea as to what it's costing Hamza Invest to build these flex spaces. Now, obviously, the price will vary depending on where you are in the country because some places, building flex spaces is a little more expensive. Some places is a little more cheaper. But here in Houston, Texas, you should be in and out of a project for about $80 a square foot. So let's say for $80 to $100 a square foot. So let's say, for example, you have a 20,000 square feet development. That's going to cost you a maximum of $2 million here in Houston, Texas. That's at $100 a square foot. If you do $80 a square foot, you'll come up with a lower number than that. Now, the way this is done and the way we calculate this is, first of all, you have to include the price of the land. You have to include the price of the soft cost, meaning your engineering documents, your architectural, your surveys, your MEPs, and any other tie-in fees that are associated with the lot. That's very important that you realize because a lot of people miss out on some of the soft costs and they don't include them in their costs and then they mess up and then it costs them more money. So make sure that you have all your soft costs taken care of. Then of course you have the hard costs, your concrete, your rebar, your buildings, your doors, your glass, your roofs, your insulation, electrical, boxes, panels, plumbing, underground, copper, whatever, HVAC, all of these things are things that you need to include in the cost. And here in Houston, Texas, all of that is costing me roughly between $80 to $100 a square foot. Now, this is all said and done. This is turnkey. This includes all the build outs. And this is what it should be costing you to build in Texas in general. Now, of course, if you're in Florida, maybe a little bit more. If you're in the northern states like Chicago, New York, Washington, it's going to cost you a little more than that. And of course, if you're in California, it's going to cost you a little more than that as well. So you need to be aware as to what the benchmark is. And I think the benchmark is $80 to $100 is where you kind of want to be able to make that 2x or 3x return on your development.